which we need that security, and securing it with the UAE through this agreement and through these 7 points that you mentioned are extremely important. The other thing is also about energy diversification. You see, renewable energy is not only important to countries like India, which have a high oil import bill, but it is also important to have a share in the pie for renewable energy for countries like the UAE. Because tomorrow, if more and more countries are going to move towards renewable energy and solar power, knowing that oil has been such a big instability factor for so many countries, of course countries are going to move towards renewable energy. Now, if you are the UAE, you
All right, ma'am, we seem to have lost your connection over there. We'll try to get that figured out. In the meantime, there's breaking news coming in. We're now learning that the United Arab Emirates will double its capacity to export crude oil, bypassing the Strait of Hormuz by 2027 as it seeks to reduce reliance on the shipping choke point, whose closure in the Iran war has, of course, upended global markets. Abu Dhabi National Oil Company is building a pipeline that runs to the port of Fujairah on the Gulf of Oman. This is according to a statement from the United Arab Emirates media office that has just been posted on X. This is the latest that we are tracking. Remember, of course, the Strait of Hormuz has been choked by the blockades by Iran, as well as the ones threatened by Donald Trump as well. We've seen all of these huge tanker ships being in limbo in the Strait of Hormuz. There have been about 15 ships that India has managed to sort of bring back to the country and to refine the crude oil further for export purposes as well. But in the meantime, of course, UAE is planning to double its capacity to export crude oil, bypassing as well the Strait of Hormuz by 2027. Major General Sudhakarji, this is of course in line with what you had observed earlier with regards to UAE leaving OPEC. It's now also going a step further to not just increase its capacity from, as I believe you quoted, about 3.4 million barrels per day to over 5 million barrels per day, but also bypass the Strait of Hormuz. What then would be the impact for global markets at large, which are of course now reeling under a lot of pressure due to the choke point, that is the Strait of Hormuz, and the shortage, a consequent shortage of crude oil sent to India and the rest of the world for refining?
You have asked, I would address the question by highlighting that UAE is the fourth largest oil reservoir in the world, fourth largest. And as far as the capacity is concerned, yes, you did articulate that it has got the capacity to go up to 5 million barrels per day. Presently, it was put under lots of restrictions because of OPEC regulation. It could drill just about 3.45 million barrels per day. While it could do under the existing ecosystem, it could go another 0.5 million extra. But now it is promised to double. You said double means it will go something close to 7 million barrels per day. So when that happens, then obviously the global requirement as on today on daily basis touches something like 103 million barrels per day. So if UAE had a particular share and it is going to double its share, firstly, the country is going to benefit in the following manner. There is the cost of Brent crude oil has already crossed, I am told the latest is $116 per barrel. And before the conflict began on 28th of February, it was $72 per barrel. Look at the difference. Any country in place of UAE would like to take advantage by doubling up the production, one, and number two, by reaping the dividends or the benefit of high cost per barrel of crude. So where is $72 and where is 116? So this is the window which UAE would like to take advantage of. And third and most important thing is, bypassing the Strait of Hormuz, which you highlighted, because there is geography is lending itself to a beautiful option which only UAE has in the Middle East without any interference either from non-state actors or from the state actors or by geography. It has got an opening from Fujairah, like you were mentioning.
Yes.
And therefore, it is going to bring down, if not raise or contribute towards a rise in the price, it will contribute maybe in a minimalist manner to some degree and bring down the cost of crude oil per barrel. This is my take. Apart from that, we also need to factor in the issue regarding the gases, the LNG particularly. And I am told that helium is, although Qatar produces the second largest producer of helium gas is in Qatar. I'm given to understand some of my friends when I was serving there in Oman. There's no, even UAE also has got helium production facility. This needs to be corroborated. If that is the fact, if it is true, then the helium gas also, which is in short supply, is going to definitely make a lot of progressive inroads to ease out the pressure on the economies and the energy security. Last but not the least is something that I wish to also convey. At Nikore, she brought out very relevant point. It is not only the oil industry. UAE is the center of excellence of all kinds of assets of modern economy. You talk about data center, you talk about technology, you talk about autonomous platforms, defense corridor, you talk about the aerospace manufacturing hub, the repair hub.